Well, thank you for coming, for believing Patrick that believes me, and is proposing to you a different way of seeing the same thing that maybe you know, but with another name. So I'm going to introduce you myself, and later going to give you a little warming up here to be able to absorb everything, digest, etc. I'm Joel Marrero. I'm from Matanzas, beside to Havana. Yeah.
The energetic city. The energetic city, Matanza. Is that so in,
It's the,
in Let's Go? it said
Matanzas is the
energetic
cultural
city. It was not.
capital of Cuba. You know, Santiago is the historical capital. Havana is the commercial, political capital, but Matanza is called the Cuban Athens, the Atenas de Cuba, because there the poetry, all the Cuban cultural manifestation born there because of certain conditions we had. Well, I'm going to tell you today, during today and tomorrow, what we are going to do is to observe and to relearn, maybe for those who already knows how to dance, the Cuban empiric social dance, one of them, the most popular, at least in my generation, that was growing up with Los Bambam, who developed a new way of doing the old way of dancing, called casino. When we started this, I went to Japan and I went to dance. I danced casino, but I couldn't dance, and I felt that it's me who cannot dance. So people saw me like this, but they are not even calling casino. So I had to say, okay, how do you call my song? No, your song is not rubber, your song is called pipipi. They said, well, okay, good. Like this, I started trying to adapt myself. And when I came back to Cuba, to the carnival, and I met my friends, they say, your dance is so terrible. What is this? I say, of course, salsa. I say, what is this? So I was between trying to upset a new interpretation of what we are doing or presenting what we are doing to the others. So for me, it was easier to try to present this, but I had a problem there. What we had, we don't have conscience how it exists, because we are like native speakers without having been studied grammar, etc. So it's like trying to be Spanish people, trying to teach Spanish language to Swedish without knowing how to do it. And then I have to compete, for example, with English teachers that are already, or someone that is teaching Spanish without knowledge, good pronunciation, but something, but he has a, let's say, a method. So I said, okay, what to? And my formation is chemist. So, and I was in the national team of Cuba also, of karate. So I said, well, what I have to work? The scientific method and the karate knowledge about the body, how it works, the liberty grid of the articulation. So I said, okay, let's do it. And then I did experimental process, and I put the camera here, 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 and one here. And I got divorced because I spent all my savings in the cameras, etc. Sorry, Kana. And I discovered certain regularities. So I say it's so difficult to teach a new a beginner because I want to do it correctly, but she is moving myself, affecting myself. And I was like, don't move like this. And I say, everybody, go there. Don't work together. Guys, you are going to dance with this chair and you with a chair. Okay? And then you practice your steps, and later you are going to be here. And then later, without touching, without fighting, making peace and love, you are going to. And once you know your movement, then we touch and we try to. So, MCC is Método del Cuadro del Casino. MCC is the method of Casino Square. What is the square? I'm going to show you later. It's not existing, it's emerging from the structure, from the intersection of all the paths we have in the casino. I realized that when I went to Cuba seriously to study, from the professionals of the University of Art, they say that this is the basic, and this is another basic, and this is another basic. And I say, okay, tell me where you find these steps in the real dance. No, doesn't exist. So they tried, once they teach this basic, doing figures like, for example, para ti, para mí, which is like this, not like this, because this is the real position, not this position. This step, we say 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They convert it in this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So it's similar because yes, it's two humans doing something. In this level it's similar, but for us it's completely different. And then when I went, I saw a cultural appropriation, which is nice, but it's not what we are doing. My English sucks, but I can be better if I study properly, because my English now is getting better because I'm using it, but if I learn English at the street, I cannot be a teacher in the University of English. MCC is a method. What is a method? It's minimum steps to get the maximum performance. Because you are not native, you cannot invest 20 years, like me, I'm 20 years old, to be able to dance. You need a shortcut. The shortcut is minimum steps to get the best performance. So what we are doing, this is casino empiric, playing of elements, irregular, without any organization. So MCC is a filter to get directly the structure, because I am not going to be able to speak like an English native, but I need the structure at least to communicate. Maybe structure, or I don't know what is the right pronunciation, but at least you understand. And the other subproducts, which is like this and people call flavor, I leave to you as an option. You want to smell like an apple, you have two ways of doing this. Scratching an apple and put the apple in your face and going to dance with pieces of apple here, or you can scratch the apple, dissolve in alcohol, distillate it, get the ester, put it inside a little bottle and do, oh, you smell like apple. And then you don't have to have the things that don't make you nice. So I do not expect you to have the same flavor of Cuban, because look at me, I'm talking like this and you are like this.
We're not talking.
Yeah, you are not talking. But when you talk, normally I talk a lot of superfluous things, and I realize that certain cultures has a very optimized thing. So what I do is just the structure, and later the cosmetic parts you do it. So what we're going to do in these routines 1 to 6 is this. Look, I'm taking time, right? Because I am here. This is the process of learning you are going to have. This time we're going to do this part, which is motion, the phonetic, what you need to understand how you use your body. You can sit down if you want. And then I don't have to explain to you how to execute every single figure, because the elements you are going to use for tones, you already learned. So we are going to spend half hour to understand how to get angle, how to shift the direction, how to turn. And later we go from phonetic, body phonetic, motion, to read, like accent, how to speak like a Cuban, I don't know. The accent, but with the rhythm. Later, navigation. Later, lead, and later improvisation. This time we are going to learn 1 to 6 is the 6 structural routines. It's the pieces of the building. You need a basement, you need walls, you need windows, you need that, and then you need a seal. And like this you say, okay, improvisation is, okay, how to design a different building. But you know already that to build a building, you need a basement, the pieces of the thing. And from there you change, you do decorations, cosmetics, etc. So 1 to 6 is this structure. In chemistry, like the chart of elements, the single isolated elements, and then later we combine and we do compose. So we are going to learn this. So we are going to do a structural navigation. We are going to have a GPS. Why? Because to reproduce it, you come here, I don't know how you do it, but you go to a lesson, you learn something, and when you go to your house, sorry, it's not there anymore. I have to remember, I don't have the detail. So like this, we are going to know to learn how to orientate, respect your partner, and finding places, 3D localizations for your position, for your arm when you do, because we are going to draw a 3D chords to make, for example, enchufa. Just look at this, don't look at this handsome guy. You do 1, 2, 3, you see? It's a curve in 3D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm drawing well-formed shapes. It's not like doing this, which is a mess. Like this, the lady is going to feel 1, 2, 3, a very coherent 3D route to follow. So everything must be simple, because it's not plain of these all elements. We have the pure things that you use. Later if you want to do the effects, to do some flavor, nice. So we start as a method in 0, and we have to have the minimum steps to get the maximum rank. So at the first 3 hours, you are going to feel like we do not advance, but all the elements I'm going to give you there is going to be useful for going there. Okay, so now that you looks like you believe me, let's start. Okay, so you can, maybe you're not interested, me I am interested, because I never draw a